Hello, and welcome to the Analyst Corner offered to you by 101 Blockchains. I am Enrico Camerinelli, VP of Research. And today I want to analyze and discuss with you how to become a blockchain specialist. So we have here three major guidelines on how to become an enterprise blockchain specialist, and especially what are the skills that enterprises want in a blockchain specialist. Well, the three guidelines are these verticals here. The first group of verticals is mostly related on the technical proficiencies you must show, and I will go through each of them very soon. The second group or cluster of skills is about how able you are or how capable you are to put those basic components into more aggregated components that build the final solutions. Just like the first column relates to being able to use the Lego bricks, the second cluster is about how good are you to take those Lego bricks and put them together to construct a solution. And the third cluster of skills is more related to the ability to build those Lego constructions related to business needs. So let's go and look each of them. So the first is have technical conscience to define the right blockchain solution. This is very important because what enterprises want to avoid is having what I call blockchain enthusiasts, not really enthusiasts, it's more like blockchain purists. So those who are just thinking in black or white. So either it's blockchain or all the rest is not good. This is not what an enterprise wants. An enterprise wants somebody who understands and is able to identify when blockchain is needed. A master in blockchain infrastructure configuration. Very important because, as we know, with blockchain-based applications, you're not replacing, you're not throwing away existing investments, IT investments, but rather you are integrating them with the existing IT portfolio. Be able to develop and test smart contracts. We know that one of the biggest and most important capabilities of blockchain is the development and the use of smart contracts. So be able to know how to develop and test them in a real business environment. Be proficient in cryptography. This is a basic requirement because we know that blockchain-based solutions allow to basically add a level of security in the overall infrastructure. And so it's cryptography proficiency, a very important asset that you want to show. Understand decentralized and distributed ledgers. Very important, again, very much tied to the first point in being able to understand when and in what circumstances you might want to develop APIs, so application programming interfaces, to connect existing IT infrastructure with blockchain-based solutions. And last but not least, in this first group of skills, more related to the technical proficiency, is technical knowledge of standards and ecosystems. Enterprises know how troublesome it is to build your own small island of technology and then have it separated from all the rest. This is not what companies want. They want to have a platform that is satisfying the needs and requirements of the company and of its partners, but most importantly, that it's open to other platforms. So again, this first cluster is about knowing what are the Lego bricks that you want to use. So being able to illustrate and show your proficiency in terms of technology knowledge. The second group, the second cluster, is how to assemble together those Lego bricks. So how to put into, active use your technology knowledge. And so an enterprise wants in a blockchain specialist expertise in modern programming languages. Again, you want to be fast, agile. You want to make sure that you know the latest programming languages, not only of smart contracts, but in general in programming applications in bursts. Bachelor's degrees or equivalent work experience, they're very important because, again, we are looking how to putting together your technology expertise, and therefore a previous work experience is very important, or if you are just coming out from a college, university, well, at least being able to prove that you have had a master, you have had enterprise experience, so working in the real world. A master of blockchain nodes, very important to determine where the nodes of a blockchain protocol infrastructure must be placed, how to manage them. And so this goes back to having those necessary technology skills that we've seen in the first cluster, but being able to assemble the technology expertise into deploying it, in this case, and where to distribute the nodes of the blockchain network. Experience with software development lifecycle, very much tied to the expertise in modern programming language. Have cross-discipline broad skills, very important. This again ties very much with your previous work experience. Knowing that you're not just implementing a solution that is in the hands of technology experts, but the solution that you're building together, the Lego bricks that you're putting together, that you're assembling, they are to be used by business people. And so you want to know, for instance, how to talk business to somebody that works in procurement, somebody that works in logistics, somebody that works in sales or in the finance department. And have an enterprise blockchain certification is always helpful, because especially if the certification is run through a training course that helps you to understand what is the business impact of blockchain in the enterprise world, that level of certification certainly would add that would add to your skill set. And then we come to the third and last set of cluster skills. Again, in the first grouping, you have basically the group of blockchain, let's say bricks, let's call them this way. In the second, you know how to put together these bricks to assemble added value solutions. And the third cluster is about how those value added solutions really add value to the company. And so the skills that enterprises want in a blockchain specialist is the ability to design blockchain-based software systems. It's very important, and this ties very much with the first skill that we've seen in this long list. So understanding where and when and why you want to start applying blockchain-based applications in harmony or integrated with the company's existing non-blockchain IT applications. Hands-on experience with blockchain platforms. There are many out there, we know. So knowing how to make them interoperable, knowing what standards you want to follow, we have seen this already, and also being able to understand which of the many is the best platform for the specific use case of your client or of your company. If you're working in a company, it's very important. Experience with blockchain data structures. We can consider blockchain as a special database, if you will, at the very basic of it. And then knowing of, let's say, the many data that are being exchanged between the company and its partners, suppliers, clients, logistics providers, third-party vendors. Well, it's important to understand which parts of a transaction should be put in blockchain and which instead can happily live on a traditional database. Ability to formulate new business models based on blockchain. This is the real skill that enterprises are looking from a blockchain enterprise expert. So the importance to understand what comes after. So perhaps at the beginning, you will be involved in implementing blockchain-based projects that are replacing existing technology infrastructures or say insisting or replacing existing enterprise software solutions that manage current business processes. But everybody knows that blockchain is more than just tracking goods, is more than just being a special database. Point is that right now there are many attempts, still many pilots, many rather more than proof of concept, many already existing use cases that are trying to understand how to leverage blockchain technology and infrastructure to make the jump. And so what an enterprise is expecting from an enterprise blockchain specialist is the ability to think out of the box and suggest solutions that with current technologies would be impossible or very expensive, and that instead with blockchain could become possible. Be proficient with enterprise business processes. Let's not forget that all your skills on knowing what are the blockchain bricks to use, how to assemble together. The end game of this is that they have to fit with the business needs of the company. And so knowing the business processes, source to pay, fulfill to order, order to cash, these are all main business processes of a company, large or small, that you must handle, you must be proficient with in order to understand where those blockchain bricks need to be assembled for what processes or sub-processes of the company. And lastly, solid knowledge about the blockchain DevOps tools. This goes very much hand in hand with your ability to know how to develop software applications, how to develop smart contracts, expertise in modern programming language. So the ability to actually take the best out of a blockchain current sophisticated technology developments and being able to put them at the service of your company if you're working in a company, or at your client service if you are working as a software developer and a consultant. So with this, I hope you have enjoyed and taken value from my analysis of how to become a blockchain specialist in terms of what skills do the enterprises want in a blockchain specialist. This is the Analyst Corner offered to you by 11 Blockchains, and I am Enrico Camerinelli, VP of Research. Thank you.